Okay, well, I just arrived, and this is Howard's new tackle shop. Once it's
Hello.
it's quite a big one. This is at
Hi, Eddie. Yeah, that's it.
this is at Manor Farm. Well, not Manor Farm, Twyford Farm. Some bits of tackle there, and there's all the guys, all waiting for the draw. Okay, here we are. As I said, this is a Riverfest at Twyford. So all got me down to the draw. So I was running a bit late, but I managed to get here on time. So yeah, all right, okay, good. Yeah, one of the locals and last to arrive.
I was the same one when you won't put this on the video.
Yes, say
I
hello.
love his vlogs.
Oh, there you are.
I love his vlogs.
Yeah, that's one of the viewers. So thank you very much.
Hope you do well, okay?
Yes, that's all about the drawing it really. Yeah, you fishing?
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
Oh, I saw it at the Bristol Avon run about my spoke.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Well, I was unlucky, that was.
Yeah. Where's Chris Parr? Chris Parr. You can't fish, mate. No, you can. Chris had paid on, he's got his ticket, not on the Angling Trust list, which is why I put an extra peg in for that event. We've got a total of 1,000, in fact that's altered now. That's altered, James, because there's one more paid in. 55.
The boys in blue.
We've got a total of £1,400 in the kitty balls. We're paying the 55 times £5 come out for peg fees, which is £275, leaving £1,120 to pay out. Doing 11 5-peg sections. Well, one will now end up being a 6-peg section for Chris. Top 5 payout will be first 150, second 130, third 110, fourth £100, fifth £80. Their default payouts are sections are default. It's very wet down there. I can vouch for it, having been in that storm yesterday. The river's come up 10 inches. The pegs are freshly dug out for the start of the season, so they're very muddy. If you draw on the island, which is pegs 1 to 12, you won't even get the up. I was going to let people drive on, there is no way. It's just pouring water onto the island. So you'll have to walk from there. If you draw 1 to 12, at the bottom of the hill you turn right and you go as far as you can. You'll see the last car park on the right. Go a little further and there's a big grass bank, and that's where you'll park, and the track goes straight down and then you walk onto the island. It will be inclusive. 19 to 37 is the next zone. 38 to 64 is the final qualifying zone. And away you go. Any questions as to where park, just ask us as you draw. Okay, first person notice. In fact, I'm going to take the two, there are 2 people registered disabled. So Dean Hancock's, and there's another gentleman.
Steve.
Yes, if you, Steve Gardner, if you'll come first, then Steve, we'll get the draw done and you can go.
He hates the camera.
Chris Parr behind Clive. Chris Parr. Behind Clive, all right.
Hello, Chris.
Hello, mate.
All right.
Come on, Clive, off you go.
Here's one of the first to draw. Okay.
Here it comes.
Here we go.
Sir Clive Branson.
Sir, I like the sir, yeah.
The Cardiff Playboy.
Cardiff Playboy. Oh.
Do you want me to open it
Yeah,
for you?
thank you.
You're on peg 9, one of the pegs.
Oh, peg
On the
9.
island.
That's good.
Written on the island.
Oh, peg 9, that's good. All right, thank you, mate.
Trevor Chalk.
That's
another peg 1.
Okay, right. Peg 9 on the island. Hey! See, you know, fishing's a funny old game, isn't it? You know, you have a couple of bad draws and then all of a sudden you get a good draw, and apparently this is a good draw. Good draw for the zone, so there we are. Good draw for the match apparently. So it's on the island. He's got to walk down, but I don't mind that. Anyway, I drew nice and early, so I'm going to get on my peg now as soon as I can. Okay, peg 9. Now, looking at the peg, obviously been dug out, but to me, it looks like a nice inside swim, and is going through a bit out there. So the question is, where are the fish? Are they opposite, down the middle, or are they sort of on the slack on the inside? They say this peg and the one above, 9 or 10 are the best pegs here. So yeah, as I say, it's a funny old game fishing, isn't it? You know, you can get a good run of bad draws, and all of a sudden you get a good one. It's all about confidence thing now. Making sure that I don't mess it up, I suppose. Okay, right, I better, it's a bit of a long walk actually. I've got to go right back because they haven't allowed us to bring the vans onto the island today. I've got to walk from the bottom car park, which is a bit of a walk. So I brought my rods down, but you can see this is the island. Peg 10 will be just above me. Not sure how far. I think it's a fairway. Oh no, it's right by, yeah, it's quite close actually, peg 10. A quick look. Yeah, peg 10 is actually it's a bit more of a slack here. You're not impeded by the rushes. Oh right. Yeah, it's a lot stiller by here. Yeah, if I had a choice of pegs, this would have been the one, but never mind. I'm not complaining. See, as we can see, there's all Norfolk reeds coming up, which has impeded me in a sense. But here, it's wide open, and a few fish topping as well. No, I can't complain. Let's get back. Let's go and get my gear. Got 2 hours before the start, so yeah, plenty of time. Okay guys, right, I'm going to do something today that I've probably never done before in my life. I set up one rig only, and it's a bream rig. It's a 30-gram feeder. I taped it up because I don't want it to disperse when I cast. I want it to break up on the bottom. It's on a sliding loop, and I've got about 18 inches hook length. I've got a diameter 13 bottoms and 14 hook, and that's it. Because many a time I've blown some matches by pouncing around, going for all sorts, you know, going for small fish on the wagglers, on the stick float and so on. Now this match, it's a win or nothing, win or bust sort of match, where basically yeah, it looks as though you need a big weight, a bream, and the only way you're going to catch it is that method. It's pushing through a little bit. It's about 4 inches on. It's a little bit of colour, and it's a bit pacey, so I'm hoping the bream are going to be out in the flow. I'm going to go sort of this side of the middle, and I'll concentrate on that and see what happens. I was contemplating whether to sort of put a few feederfuls in to begin with, or just fish it out, you know, fish the feeder out. I'm quite decided yet, so I'll have to wait and see what happens at the start of the match, whether I'm going to sort of put a few feederfuls in first, or whether to just play it by ear, you know. But that's it. That's all I'm going to do today. So it might be a bit of a boring match, but if it pays off, then obviously I'll be up there hopefully. I'm in a good area, so I'm not going to complain about my peg today. As I said, swings and roundabouts, match fishing. Sometimes, you know, you sort of get a run of bad ones, and then all of a sudden you get some good ones. And the only thing, as I mentioned, is having the confidence now. When your confidence is a bit battered after sort of having a couple of duffers, then obviously you know, you've got to build yourself up and be confident, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be positive, I'm going to be confident, and I'm going to go for it. Now, obviously, if I blow out, at least I've tried, you know. And that's all I can say. Now, what I've done, I've actually, I'll show you a couple of other things. I've mixed my black bream special, and that's like an aniseed come fish meal base. I put a bag of that in and a little bit of crumb. Okay, so that's what will be going through the feeder. Now, here's another little dodge. Now, I've had fresh maggots this morning, so I haven't had no dead maggots. So what I've done, I put half a pint into a tub of water. They start to basically become still, so they almost become like a dead maggot. And what I've done, I mixed them with the casters. I'll show you. So basically, yeah, so I got casters. Casters and dead maggot. Well, they're not actually dead yet, but you know. And the theory behind fishing dead maggot is, first of all, they won't swim away. Secondly, the fish become more confident with a dead maggot because, as I mentioned before, fish become nocturnal and they tend to feed in the night. And after a session of fishing, when bait's gone in, the maggots are dead and they feel quite confident in eating them. That's the theory behind it all anyway. So, you know, and of course, they're easy to put on the hook. You can put bunches on without them actually going over the point of the hook. I've also got, I got my maggots and I got worm. I'm going to chop up some worm. I'm going to put chop worm in, and I'm going to fish probably a double worm on the hook, single worm to start and then a double, and just wait. Now these bream, apparently they're like 3, 4, 5 pound each, so you don't need many of them. You know, if you can have it just one, you know, every sort of half hour, you know, over 5 hours, you know, you're looking at a good weight, you know. Obviously, if you can increase that, even better. Now I can hear Pete Morris above me. He's got the drill going. He's mixing his ground bait, so he's probably got the same method as me. I see him put a straight lead out just to do the depth at about halfway. So I guess that's going to be his line. Now the reason I say Pete Morris, because Pete has actually drew the peg below this one at the beginning of the season, and he's had a good weight. He's had 59 pound, I think, or he's had a big weight, so he knows what he's doing, you know. So I got my work cut out because peg, as I said, peg 9 and 10 are the sort of fancied pegs today, and I'm on 9 and he's on 10. So we'll see, you know, if I can beat him, because Pete Morris is a cracking angler. He's always in the money, you know. He always does well. So you know, and I get on well with Peter. You know, hard feelings like. So anyway, that's it. So I'm just going to wait for the all in now, basically. And as I say, it might be a bit boring watching the tip, but if I start catching, then obviously it won't be so boring. And you know, hopefully we can you know, catch a few today. Oh, I got a little dodge here as well. I don't know if you see that. That's like floating casters, and I put that in sometimes if I'm struggling, because I'll crush them up in the ground bait, and it'll like make it effervescent, you know, affecting the feeder, which I'll do later if I'm not catching or I'm trying to bring some fish on. I'll be fishing, as I said, bunches of maggots, double maggots, 3 maggots, and I'll be fishing the worm as well. I've got pellet with me. I might introduce pellet. I've got 4mm pellet, but we'll see about that. Corn. Now the trouble is I don't want to confuse the fish. I want them to either have the maggot or the caster or the worm, and so I'll stick to just those few baits. I've got 2 nets set up, one for the big slabs and one for the small fish, so you know, landing nets, and I've got 1 keep net set up. Somebody joked, said I might need 2 keep nets. Yeah, I've heard all that before. But anyway, I'm going to fish slightly sort of in front of me, slightly downstream, with a bow in the line, obviously, you know, to hold the bottom, and look for drop peck bites. Hopefully the fish will hook themselves, but we'll see. I'll if I can, maybe I'll do a little commentary on the match today, because otherwise it'll be a bit boring just watching me. Okay, anyway, so I won't ramble on much too longer, because still got 20 minutes for the match to start, so I think I've got some sandwiches. I'll have a sandwich before I start getting all ready. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you?
Yeah. One skimmer, 2 perch.
How big's your skimmer?
Oh, hang on, I don't. Am I fishing right spot in there?
I didn't see, but I've not actually drawn it myself.
Oh, yeah, I'm not in. What Peter, do you have any?
No, just a couple of little birds.
So again, a couple of knocks, so I went to smaller hook like and had
Yeah.
2 perch.
Yeah.
Yeah, more or less where Pete was, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
so that lunch. A bit closer because a bit closer that way is I had panda.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so of course you qualified, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm qualified on the Trent, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you had a massive weight, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a good peg.
Oh. I haven't, well, it's my first match I'm having decent draws there.
Just got to keep going, don't you? Just keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah. Yeah, that's right, you know. Yeah.
That looks good to me.
Eh?
Looks good to me.
Yeah, a bit closer, and I'm getting 10 bucks all the time. Maybe big drop back fight on that little thing like that, and my wheel's starting to get cranky. I need another one off you.
Okay. Well, what's wrong with it?
Oh, it's just, you probably need oil in or something.
Or clean it.
Eh?
Maybe clean it.
Never clean it. I do it now and again. Yeah, so, yeah. Straighten on there, that's the trouble. Just gotta get a pop in there.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy. Andy. It's gonna be a trouble if I get a big one.
Yeah.
It's gonna Okay, it's hour into the match. I've had one skimmer, one little chublet, 4 or 5 little perch, and a couple of little blades. So not going too well at the moment. No sign of any big bream yet. I've missed a couple of bites, mind, but it's I don't know. I can't distinguish them between, you know, rubbish on the line coming down the river, or whether they're actually bites, like, you know. Anyway, still early days, still 4 hours to go, so I'll try and keep you posted if I can. Okay, just thought I'd give you an update. Pete Mollis just been down. He haven't had anything. And I'm struggling now, but apparently further down they're catching bream. So there you are. Typical, isn't it? You know, 2 form pegs are not producing. It's as though this extra water's pushed them down a bit. Tim Biddle's got 2 bream and plus some chub, like, so, you know. Sounds low, innit? It might, I guess, keep at it. I've tried a different line. I've just come on the inside a little bit now. Put a feeder on about, you know, about 5 rod lengths out, see if it makes any difference, see if there's any fish there. But I've stopped getting knocks now across there, so I'll give that a rest a little bit and go back out later. Okay. Okay, well, it's been really hard. Pete Mollis just been up. He's taken a walk down, and he's told me that we're out of it because he got about 35 pound of bream, Tim Biddle, and a guy just above him, which I think is in my section, he's got 2 bream. I've changed my line at the moment. I've come on the sort of a third out, and I picked up a couple of small chub and a hybrid. So change the line, see if I catch any bream, but don't look like. Talking to Peter, we think the bream have moved down, you know, with the extra water on. It's pushed them down. So sod's low, innit? You know, we both draw good pegs, and we both, he said he can't believe it. He can't believe that we're just not catching any bream. Because this would be some tremendous weights here, you know, 50s and 60 pounds. You get knocks on the inside. I think they're small perch. Years ago, those were the pegs where Tim's on, you know, sort of 5, 6 and 7. He's never produced as much up here, you know, although you did catch up here. But since they started fishing back up at Twyford, it seems as though there's a lot of bream here now. Oops, that was a bite.
There you go, Clive.
Hey mate, oh, it's a real struggle. Just a couple of little chublets, perch.
Yeah. Tim's got 7 bream.
7 bream.
two chub. Guy below him's got two briefly about £9, and it's good for £7.
What have you had?
I've got about pound, like perch.
I don't know what's that. I don't know whether the fish have moved down or extra water.
The guy on the X12 struggling, Pete's struggling on me right.
Are they? No, oh. I think Pete's struggling, eh? Yeah, people are walking the bank now, see. I found a nice bit of depth on the inside. Well, when it's inside, it's about a third out. And I am getting locks all the time. I don't know what they are. I don't know whether they're small dace or rough or perch. Oh, Tim Biddle's walking away with the reliquary. Oh, do you know what? I can't do that. I don't know whether these are liners I'm getting. Oh, see that? The worm's a bit nipped on the end. Probably small fish, I think. What am I doing? I sit on my hands and wait for the tip to go round. Any good? No?
No. One chub, £3, two little bits.
Same here. I think I'll sit on my hands. See if they hang themselves. See, it's going to. Ah, right. Okay. Come off. Felt like an eel. I wonder if they are eels. Because they are sort of pulling the tip right round. And I give that a bit longer, and I just pulled out of it. So, yeah, it might be eels. In fact, they do look like eel bites because they're going. You never know, do you? You've got to strike on everything. some casters off our local tackle shop and they smell off. Only matters. I think the smellier they are, the better it is sometimes. Yeah, the old Twyford. In my opinion, there used to be a cracking venue once, but obviously because it hasn't been fished for so many years on a regular basis, I think it became a bit of a haven, because when they first had the first match on here, there were loads of weights all the way through, well not all the way through, but certainly all around this area. Loads of 30s, 40s, 50s and 60s, but then I think it's been hammered a bit, and now it's back to how I remember it, with a struggle, very peggy in places. Right, I'm fishing a worm tip with a maggot, and what I do, I get the worm and I just nip a sort of a section away so the juices come out of it, which is so the amino acids are in the water. Like sometimes I'll get two worms or one big worm, cut it in half, and hook them as though they're fishing like a double maggot. That sometimes works. Otherwise, you hook it through the collar, nip the end off, and it wriggles like mad for a couple of seconds. Yeah, my guess is they were the old bites I was getting. I might have a chuck across again just to see if there's anything there. If I use a heavier feeder, because that lighter feeder I'm using on the inside, just not holding bottom. So, get that ready. That's the trouble with feeder fishing, it's just a waiting game, isn't it, Just twitching a bit. Right, just give that a rest and go across in it. Bloody bird cage, yeah? worm. Tip of the maggot. Just put a slightly heavy feeder on. Just the whole bottom. A bit deep over there, it's quite shallow actually. Some one out. Create like a little bow in a line. So it goes bottom. Oh, there we are. So £45 on peg 7. He's having a nice little run at the moment. Yeah. So he's qualified. He's won the match. Probably qualified with that. Then I think he said there was £10 next to him, which just done me for the section because I would have had. I was hoping to get a default section, £8.6, I think he said. But there we are. Anyway, so it's one of them times that you draw a good peg and they just don't go. Just don't the feet now. Beat the next peg, and he was saying that he's gutted. So you know, we both out. We thought at least we'd have a few fish today. So there we are. Never mind. Onwards and upwards. There's always the one tomorrow, Stratford. So let's see how we get on. Okay. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.